G'day, Sharon. It's Roz. It is Roz here. Good afternoon. Good arvo. G'day. All that stuff. And I have still got that presenting that way with me and the g'day. Let me have a look. See. How do I change that around? I think I go that way. Is that how I do it? I'm just playing with some buttons at the moment, Sharon. Just having some fun. And I will be getting to some card readings. I do like how this one comes up. So there we go. I'll go away for that one. Yeah, what I've got on the screen that probably doesn't show in where you are, Sharon, and you'd be on my Roz Boundy page. I'm just trying to find where I've got some of this stuff. I've put it in the card reading group, and where I've got the haps, if you want to join in there, I do have that at the moment. Yes, it's got it live there. Does it show in the comments there? No, it doesn't, but it is. Subscribe at haps is in the description above there, Sharon. If you want to join in with the haps and come onto the screen, that's possible too through the haps. That's where I'm doing the broadcast from. And it's that HTTPS haps is the haps.tv/@RozBoundy. That's where you join in for free, and you don't have to broadcast, but you can certainly be part of the commenting and watching other people's broadcasts and earning the rewards and all of that sort of stuff. It's actually quite a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it. And with you're going, yeah, with the LOL, it is fun. I do like it. And I forgot to put the little tick on that. The only reason I do the little like tick thing, well, it's not the only reason. It's because for me, it's easier to keep a track of where I'm up to in the comment stream. If I have those every so often where I've actually put them on the screen, then it's an easier way to keep track. And we've got Hydra Gamer here from Twitch. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't get too many viewers on Twitch, and I'll present that on screen. I'm going to actually reply. I don't think I actually get this going to the Twitch direct. It's only in the haps. And I've just done whoops. And I don't know where that went. I did it as a private message first. So whether it gets to you specifically direct, no, it doesn't send to Twitch. It's just told me that, so that's fine. Very interesting. It does show, I think, the response in the actual haps comment stream. I hope that that's how I've got it right. It does take a little bit of time to practice and get into the gist of how each of the live streaming platforms work. And I'm having fun doing that because they are a really good tool to have. And this is someone on my profile page, and this is where Facebook gets confusing. Because I've got the two of them that I'm streaming to, one's the business page and the other is the personal profile. I've got it on both happening. Now let me see. Sharon Rooney, I've just got to find where's my, I'm going to open both of them so I can pop across and see the name every so often. And we've got Louisa. That's wonderful. So thank you for popping in. And I'm just going to just do a little heart there already. Okay, probably it's easier if those who are on my profile page just type your name afterwards. It might be easier. And here we've got D, you're on the actually I'll go because I know you. You're on the page, so not the profile. It's just so confusing, isn't it? It really is. So now I've got to reset that one back. I'm going to put one each side of the haps. Then I know which one's what. You know, how you have the tabs up the cross with your menu bar thingy on a browser. Well, I'm using a desktop. I'd have to say that. Wouldn't have room for this if I was doing it all on a phone. I tell you, I'm just not good enough with the mobile phones, any of them. And I've got a Samsung and a iPhone. So it's not like I haven't got both. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll actually
and this is one on my profile pack.
Now I know I've got the page there. It's a lot easier to see. Mary, it does take some practice to actually get that happening. Yes, it's confusing, but I'm learning which the process is and how I'm doing it. So I'm actually currently in the Facebook at the moment, and I'm just putting those little responses. So, you know, the little loves and the hearts and the likes and the whatever. So you've joined. So D, wow. Well, the thing is, if you pop over to the HAPS, log in and be in the HAPS. If you've joined, then it's part of. And hi to Tara. Now I'm going back to the HAPS because I need to be there to see all of these. Yeah, Sharon, you're saying that you think you've subscribed. Come on over into the HAPS, and you might get the notification even within the HAPS itself that I'm live, or you go to I think it's not trending, the feed or something like that. I'm still learning, as I've said, and Mary, yeah, there we go. You've got that confusing there. I'm putting them on the screen, then I know that they're going through the actual broadcast as I'm doing them. Right, now, D. Oops, if you're wanting to, like you've joined HAPS, to figure it out, come on in. And you know, where you've got your email that you received from HAPS to join in, that's where you'd log in for the first time, and then you download the actual app on your mobile phone or a desktop. It depends how you like to use it. You can join in from a mobile phone. You can start a broadcast from the mobile phone. I'm pretty sure you probably don't want to live stream yourself, but I'd encourage you to try it, to actually give it a go. As you guys know that I love it. I really do enjoy doing the live streaming. And I was down to Sharon there. And Mary, you're saying definitely, then we can share the love. And it is. There's the thing with the HAPS is that there's the little rewards that you can tip or share with others. You earn what's called coins. You do earn the coins on that first subscription, and you share them. There's little awards that show up in the bottom of the comments that can be 15 cents, 50 cents, or whatever, that you're actually sharing just as appreciative, tips for the person that's broadcasting, or if they've said something that really means, something worthwhile to you or you agree with. It's little things like that. I think it's lovely that we can do that. And here's Tara's. Now, I don't know you personally, Tara, so welcome. It's lovely to see you here. Not sure what the FNQ is standing for as far as a country or place, but welcome. And Amanda, you are already here in HAPS, so that's wonderful. I'm going to give you an appreciate and present that on screen. You had to sign up? Yeah. Now, did you sign up using my link, or did you sign up just to sign up? Because it's quite okay to do it either way, but what I like to encourage people is, if you know someone who has a link into the HAPS, help them get rewarded too, as well as yourself, with those initial coins that you can come into HAPS with. It is a free system. You don't have to pay anything to come in, and you're actually you're actually given a reward straight away, so that you can share the love, spread those little coins around so that it's helping others. It just gives you a really good feeling that you are sharing that around, so that you can say thank you in that little way. The Buy Me a Coffee is also is a way that's encouraged here as well. I've got to find out how to do the little, the flash on the screen thing that shows up when somebody buys you coffee. There's little things that can be done, sort of similar to Twitch, I think, but I still don't know how to use Twitch properly. And it was wonderful to see someone pop in from Twitch, whether they're still here now or not. And that was, oh, now I can't find the name. It was there. Oh, it looks like with my comments here. Ah, there it is, Hydra Gamer. There, right at the start. The password doesn't work for you. Have you needed to change? Because I'm quite happy to help you guys jump in. So you'll go try now, D. Now, the thing with Mary, I would suppose that if your password doesn't work for you, you might have changed it or not quite putting it in right to what you started your login with. If you find your email, it probably gives the option to reset your password if that's the case. And they certainly are a very helpful crew here. I don't know exactly where yet to actually go and ask for help. I know that there's certainly a thing down the bottom that says report an issue, but that would be something to do with the broadcast that I'm looking at. And Deb, you're here from far north Queensland. Wow, thank you. Lovely to see you from so far away. That's the amazing part of technology, isn't it, though, that we can actually be global here as communication technique. It's a way that, and it wasn't that many years ago, really, that we didn't have this in the video sense, in being able to do this. I know I've been doing live streaming since Hangout on Air days and Blab and a lot of those, way back, or it seems way back. But really, I suppose 30 years ago, it was only just when the desktop computers had started coming out. It doesn't seem like that long ago, really. Is it 30 or 40 years ago? 30. I was pregnant with one of my kids, so it has to be at least 30 years ago. So, and here we go. So, Amanda, oh, thank you. Oh, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, you would have got the initial 100 coins as you came in using someone else's link, and that's something to encourage your friends. So, Amanda, if you have got friends that you'd like to invite into the HAPs as well, and you can start your own broadcasts as well. Each person at the moment, I think, are earning 100 coins on coming in on somebody's link, and I earn a certain number of coins as well for having you coming in. And if you start broadcasting regularly, that itself again earns more coins that you can spread that love around and all that type of thing. So it's just a way to grow a bit of community, really. So let me have a look there. So that's the FNQ Tara is from too. Oh, far north Queensland. Ha, here's me an Aussie. I should know, shouldn't I? Tut me. Yeah, there you go. So that's good. Now I understand. Far north Queensland is FNQ. Good. Yeah, it is amazing. So, Deb, yourself, if you want to sign up to HAPS, use the link that's in the top of the description. It should be there as the haps.tv/@rosboundy. You have that little @ symbol, and then you're joining underneath my name, and you earn some coins. I do too, and you then get your own unique identity as you signed up with the username you wanted. And you share that to others, and you earn coins. It's that cycling effect. It's just a lovely way to actually create that community. And Sharon, you're saying, oh, okay, I'm just going to go. Oopsie, I'll just do that. It was too difficult at the moment, not letting me upload a profile pic on HAPS. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, see, I didn't have much problem with mine. I won't bother putting that on the screen. But that might be something that in a message, or we can do via messenger thingy, and I can run you through that later. Okay. So if any of you actually would like a card, or even on the Buy Me a Coffee, and that's the other thing I'm going to promote it at some point, because I have created a specific Buy Me a Coffee link for the HAPS live reading that uses the Curiosity tea cards, the tea cards. And it's only $9 for that one, but you get quite a good... Oh, I've got an error with my buy me a coffee at the moment. Oh, no, I haven't now. It was just not loading properly. So I just got to do a reload of that to get my link. It's doing some funny things there. You've got the main link there. So do go in and actually... Yeah, mine isn't working. So do go in and actually... type in, if you need to, buymeacoffee.com/Rosboundy, and in there you'll see on the top, it's one of the extras at the top that you first see for the HAPS. I've given that price specifically for the HAPS scenario here. So, wow, goody. Oh, so you'll do, Sharon, you're doing it later. And here we've got Dee. Dee is here. So, Dee, would you like to pop in? And I can do a gratis, as in a freebie for you, if you'd like. Here we go. And I'll invite you in if you'd like to. I can send an invite from within the HAPS to another HAPS user, another HAPS member, so that Dee would have her invite come into... Now, I think it shows up on the right-hand side of where any of your little profile pic now that you're in here, Dee. So, and you can join in on screen with me as a guest, and we can do a little mini reading that way with the Curiosity cards. Okay, so there we go. We've got the... Oh, which one did I put up? Yeah, you'd love a card. It's beautiful Easter weekend, isn't it? Oh, it is a beautiful Easter weekend. Superb weather. Just got a little bit warm for me. I've actually put on my air conditioner because it got to over 30. I think it was about 33 when I got back from shopping this morning. Oh, God, no, I've got to do it. I can't cope with it unless I've got that off. Unless I've got that on when it's over 30. Sorry. I just realised I've still got my website and the other on. Did you want to hop in, Dee? I don't mind if you don't want to. I'll still do the thing. If you just quickly, if you can put a yes there, or like actually click on the link, find it, if you can find it. Do you want me to send it again? That type of thing. And Sharon, I'll give you a card now. With any of these, I do tend to use the Lenormand deck when it's just a one card. As you can see, it's this deck that we usually use. And I just realised I'm on the wrong screen. Oopsie. Here we go. And I haven't lined it up. Here's a curiosity. Here's me talking about stuff, and I didn't even have it going. Silly woman. Now, with this, I can actually just go around like that. And here's the deck that I'll use for yours, Sharon. There it is. Okay, and I'll hold it up, and we'll see if Dee, are you wanting to actually come up on the screen? And I'll wait and see. So Dee, no, Sharon, here's your card. Whoa, I nearly had one falling out from there. Oh, we had this one this morning, didn't we? So what you've got is the books. So I'm feeling, oh, God, yeah, that's the problem with there. I'm going to switch it around because it does actually glare a bit too much on that camera. So here we've got the card for books. What I'm feeling for you in this one, though, is for you to actually be, it feels to me like it needs to be journaling. And what you're needing to do is actually get out pen and paper to, sounds like I've got a click there. It could be that Dee is here. So I'll get to you in a sec, Dee. If it is you, it should be. I only sent out one invite. I'm just going to finish reading Sharon's card. What I'm seeing in this one, Sharon, is see the dial that's actually there on the front of that. The beautiful intricacies and the, if you could mute Dee for the second, because I can hear you in the background at the moment. So I'm just wondering, can you mute? Oh, hang on, I can.
Don't know how.
Yeah, it's all right. I think I've muted you. So with this card, Sharon, I'm going back to Sharon. This is where it's a little confusing, but see the detail in that beautiful catch, that mechanism that's on the front. It feels to me like you're needing to actually write down some of what is that is the deepest that you would lock away as your secrets that you're just needing to write. And even if it's to that inner self, be heard and help that to settle something that you're trying to bring out of confusion and into clarity. I'm feeling it needs to be that detailed and it needs to be that personal, and it is just for you. Lock it away. It's something you don't need to share with anyone else, but it's almost in the form of writing it down. Even if you feel, just in case it gets to the wrong person or something like that at some point, or you want to create a little ceremony out of it to actually burn it to ashes, to send that to the spiritual realm for them to deal with it and sort that. That's what that feels like for me. So hopefully that means something for you, Sharon. Now, here we go. We've got D with us. Now, I'm not 100% sure on how I'm presenting this one. Hold on. I've got 3 little lines. Oh, the quality of the video isn't real good for you. Are you in a good area, D, for reception with your phone? We should be able to hear you. I can't hear now. Have you got your volume up? Just trying to put your volume up there. No, that's saying that that's fine. Can we see you on screen? I think what Dee's had to do is probably go out and come back in. She's up in Queensland as well, far north. Is that far north Queensland? McCann's Beach? I'm not sure. So anyway, what we've got here, oh, hi Deb. So you've joined HAPS as well, and you're going to watch here first. Okay. Look, next time I'll actually put a scheduled notice into my Facebook, and the link for those who haven't already joined HAPS. But that gives you enough notice of time to be able to come out. Good. That's a much better reception. The video is really good. Can we hear you?
Yeah.
Yes, and you can hear me. Great.
Yeah, I've got no picture though.
You don't have a picture in the background? Oh, that's interesting.
No, only comments.
Yeah, that could be likely. So you don't actually get to see the cards as I'm reading them then, if that's not there. Well, that's interesting. Let me see. Let me think. I don't know how to do that yet. And oh, so Sharon, yep, that would be awesome for the notification on screen. I'm just trying to think at the same time too, Dee, as to how I can do that, because I've just seen another comment that Caitlin is saying that she can't see me in HAPS, and Caitlin's actually in HAPS. Caitlin, is that?
Yeah, I'm in HAPS too. Can't see you.
Yeah, you're actually on the screen with me though, Dee, so that's a different situation. I haven't got Caitlin in the screen. So, Caitlin, can you actually hit a little report? Is there a report issue now button for you in an audience, like just in the chat screen watching? That's something I can't remember if that's there. If you can't see me, you should be able to. And let me have a look. You're in now. I'm just trying to sort out some of this first. How can I? So you can't see a picture of me at all, do you? I thought, so you don't see the card that I'm holding up or anything, the book card that I'm holding up? You don't see that anywhere on your screen?
Nope, all I can do is hear you.
Okay. There might be some things I need to be sorting out here. Okay. I don't know how. I really don't know. So, Louisa, you're in the HAPS as well. Can you see me? Can you see me as far as the actual, broadcast screen goes? Because you would only be in the chat stream as well, I'm assuming. So, Caitlin, thank the Lord. I'll check. Okay. All too technical. Oh, it's not once you get used to it, Sharon. It actually isn't. No report button, but I'll check on website later. Yeah, well, I'll be checking as well too a bit later for that. So there's no report button. I'll just put that on the screen. I don't know whether Peter or Pablo, or is it Paul? There's a couple of the HAPS people do sometimes wander through. They keep an eye on what the broadcasts are, and sometimes they pop in to broadcasts. So, Louisa, you can see me. Yes, it might be something that's not set on your end then, Dee. So it might not be the best option. If you can't see the cards,
Yeah, it says something about Chrome
for you, it might be too hard. Maybe you drop out. If you exit, and I'll do your reading now, what do you want to have as your question before you drop out? Can you hear me, Dee? Yeah. What would you like to have as a question? And can you, like Caitlin and Louisa?
Whatever you come up with.
Okay, we'll do a general.
Yep, whatever you come up with.
Okay, Dee. Hey, thanks for popping in, though, even though you can't see at the back end. I'll get it sorted at some point. Yeah, so you can. Mary's thinking it might be your internet. I don't know.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, so you pop back in the audience and watch in the hats so that I can comment. And you.
I'll go out now and go back into
Okay, yeah. I think you've got to do exit. Okay.
Yep.
And I was just wondering from Caitlin and Louisa, could you see both of me and Dee here? I'm just going to drop you out, Dee. So you should be able to exit. So if you exit from there, it should be able to exit. See here both, but Dee's voice is delayed. Yeah. So thank you very much for that, Louisa. That's wonderful. Just doing a few little, working it out as we go. What other way is there to do it? So I'm going to do this for Dee as a general card reading. So everyone else can actually see this, me, with the little cards. Now I'm going to shift it round to the other way. I'll use the dice to start this reading. And we've got 4, 4, 8 and 5. What's 8 and 5? 13. So we're starting this card reading from, there's the 6, 12 and 13. So it's this card to start it. I'm hoping that the mat doesn't slide around too much, because this is it's a table, it's slippery, and this mat is slipping on it. I noticed it before, so I do have to put a cloth on it later, but I'll be doing that after I've finished. So the first card that you've got there, Dee, is you've got the older man that is, it's needing assistance. So he's going to be a wealth of help for you, support, because it's being the walking stick. So that's the home base of this card, that is the Tower. So it is building up what is going to be your strength, your castle, your tower. So it's almost like, and I know you've relocated, so as far as a new home space and everything goes, it's certainly going to be that building up of that home space, even though at the moment it's not feeling like home. It is creating that castle. Your home is your castle. Your castle's your home type of thing, but it's not quite at the home level yet. So it is that supports. The older man's going to help build up that tower for you, that support, that good foundation. And it's being built certainly from a base of a lot of love there. So we're feeling that heart, the emotion, and it's being an emotional time because things haven't quite settled yet, but it's going to happen. It will sort itself out. So we're going to move to the 3 green with that one. So from that heart space, excuse me, my hair's tickling my face. And hi, Diane, I can see you there from Facebook. We've got it, and this is where it'll sort itself because here's the balance of the scale. So everything will actually come into balance. And it's not going to be all that long. What I'm seeing here, it almost, and I know in the actual picture itself, it doesn't, it looks like it's, lanterns on the wall or something like that. But in the fuzziness of how this camera doesn't like to focus all that much, what it feels like is that's the mechanisms of an old grandfather clock type thing. And there is the pendulum, with the pulling, the up and down chain type pendulum chime thing. It feels like it's going to be happening soon in its perfect timing. So it's not something to be hurried, but to just fine tune so that that balance of the scales is going to happen. And it is from that basis of love, remember. So 6 green is this one. Whoop. And there's the scale to prove that next. And that is what your reading is. We've started with the cane, that 1 blue. So there we have the completion of your reading. So it brings us back to that tower and the building up from that ground up, that firm foundation of what's going to be your new home space. It's going to be a home eventually. It just doesn't feel like it at the moment. Now, I'm just going to put this one on the screen because Diane's here. Or Diane. I don't know how you like to have your name spoken, Diane. Do you mind having Di? I don't know. And we've got Louisa. Oh, God, excuse me, but I've got my fan going and it's blowing the hair in enough of a way that it's tickling my nose and my face. So I really should get a hairband back on, which I have got one here. It just pulls it back a bit too far. So that was a quick fix, wasn't it? Now, we have Amanda was also commenting that, that she could see both D and I. So, well, that's good. There was just something in the settings probably that D hadn't quite got right in the hats. There are some tutorials that are available to watch in the hats community thing somewhere. I'm seeing in the broadcast studio there is a studio tutorial, but if you don't want to do the live streams, why watch that? But I'll see and find out if I can find out what there might be as a guide to setting up just as a viewer and what settings you need to be able to join into someone's broadcast but not as the host, so that we can know what you need to be expecting of what is the experience in the studio as a guest. So that's something that I'll put on my list to do shortly. So cool, good. Was there anyone else that wanted a card? Caitlin, did you want to have a card or a little reading? Because all I need to do is turn these over instead of shuffling them, because they're going to start from different cards and take a different chain anyway. So, and I've cleared the energy from them. So that's all right. And that's just a Reiki wipe. I wiped its nose, so to speak. Is it? Whoops. There we go. Oh, yes, Amanda. I can do a card. Since this is a bit of a, would you like to have, let's have a look. Is there any particular question you'd like the card to be around, Amanda? So as I'm shuffling them, I'll do that with the specific question that you might have, or just a general. It is easier to actually do reads when you've got a specific question to frame it to. So that cleared it. Now it's your card. And, I just felt my wrist crack. I don't want to do anything risky there. So let's have a look again. I'll switch around the screen so that it's back to the card camera. And here we've got the bear for you, Amanda. Okay, there's a lot of strength in the bear, and it is a bit about getting some work done. Probably a bit more along the nurturing and around the home, children, that type of thing. So you're needing to take a bit of care and using your intuition and, what is the instinctive. You'll know at that gut feeling level what's the right thing to actually do as far as children or grandchildren moving through the waters. It doesn't seem like it's easy, but it actually is, because it's part of the natural you, because a bear doesn't even think to ask any questions about how they're doing it. They just do. Whatever they're into doing, it happens, because that's the instinct. And I think that's what you're needing to let go of expectations for yourself and actually move with the flow more of what comes to you naturally. So that's what I'm feeling around you having this card. It feels like even some of those situations that might pop up for you that on first look seem to be really difficult, and I know I can't do that. Trust in yourself, and you can, is what message I'm getting for you. So do trust that inner self. Know that you can. You're not given any more than you can handle, because it's something that even on that initial, as we came into this world, we signed up for it. So what we actually do have come into our lives is meant for what its purpose is, and we have the tools and we have the abilities. And it's at each stage of our life that's relevant for using those skills and resources. So trust that whatever it is that's at this point in time, you are skilled and you can do whatever you need to. Okay, just trust and love the situation around what is your life. Okay, just feels that needs to be it. Yes. And okay, let's see, what is Deb Fuller this is. Now I'll just switch that around again. I've got Deb Fuller here, and she is on Facebook, and that's my Facebook page because it's the public name. I'm just starting to get used to how Facebook, with its changing rules all the time, does change things around at times. But when it's the name that you can see, it is a public space and place. So you're on my page. When you can't see the name, it's either a group or it is the profile, the personal profile. You won't see names from there when it's being broadcast from there. It can be so confusing, but actually in its way, it actually isn't. So I just had to drop one of them. I don't know how to drop that one out. Anyway, just looking at something on the back end of the screen, so that's fine. So Deb, if possible, what was the if possible for? Give me a bit of time and I'll go back and find where is your previous comment. Did you want a card? Just looking for it. And anyone who may have bought me a coffee using that HAPS link that I can't find, you'll watch here first, Deb. You haven't posed a question or asked. That's yes, this is amazing, Deb. Yep. Far North Queensland. Look, it's just, it's so much joined hats. Now you need to figure it out. Yes. Okay, let's go with it. There you go. A card for you, Deb. And here is, do I put the question up? I will, and it is because this is a public realm. That's what you need to be reminding yourselves about with these things. The public realm of live streaming does mean that you've given permission to have all comments put on the screen if they are put there. You've given implied permission. Hold on a sec. Oh. And the card that flew out, just hold on a sec. Now I have to realign myself to my chair and desk. I haven't sitting in exactly the right space. And I'll switch that around here. because the question that you asked, it is a personal question, makes your youngest son's bitter towards you. What was the situation around it? And here's your card. Will he come good? Now, this is the card that flew out. And with that question, and what my senses are telling me is that it's going to take some time before things will settle like that. Whatever it was that was the initial reason of why there was the bitterness happening, that needs to be buried, needs to be put in the back on, put in, kill it off. It does feel like it needs to be buried. It is a dead issue, but it's not for all parties. But as far as the holding the bitterness and, not understanding it, go within yourself to understand your part in it. If there is any issues with what your son feels, look, there's always communication in some form. If that hasn't worked and it's not looking like it's going to work, it might still be that there is going to need to be some time around that. But for yourself, Deb, it really does need to have any of the grudges is the word that I'm hearing. It's the word that I'm speaking, to have those buried. Let it pass. It is part of the history of whatever the bitterness has been about. And just replace that with forgiveness and love. Because forgiveness is not easy, but it is actually something that will give you the release. It's not your responsibility, really, as to how your son feels in any situation. Allow him to feel what he needs to feel to work out what he needs to work out, so that it is how he can grow. It's obviously something that's needing to be done, needing to be part of his journey. And you are, as a mum, just there as that loving support, and put what is your emotions or feelings or ego or whatever about it in that sarcophagus and let it go. Okay, that's what I'm feeling around that. Even if you hold so dear as to the, that you feel like it's precious treasures and all the rest, what your feelings are around it and the rest, it may not be as important as you think. So certainly it jumped out. It needed to be read that way, that it is a burial of sorts, but it's more about that ego emotions and the what ifs or anything to do with that. So that's what I'm feeling around that. So hopefully there's some understanding soon between you that brings forward more of that healing sense. Okay, so, and here we go from, I went and put up the wrong comment, I think. Amanda's was instead of yours, Deb. So that was the question. I'm not going to put it up. I'll just acknowledge that with a little heart for you there, Deb, that I've read that. Put up the makes sense from Amanda. You generally go with your gut. So it's a pleasure to do these cards. I like doing them. And Diane, here I've got the right comment this time. Here we go. I'm going to put the little clap hands, appreciate you. So Ros, about my new friendship in the future, will it last? Okay, so here you're wanting to have a will it last. Right, so just clearing the cards first. You can hear that more than see it. And now it's your card, and I usually like to shuffle quickly 3 times for each of those. It's only because for me 3 is an important number, unless they jump out like that one for Deb did. Now I'll switch around my screen so you can see that. And here we have, actually, I'm going to work out how to do me as 2 small screens on the hats itself. So this is the letter card. So will it last? I think really letters being the personal form of communication, or formal, more formal type of legally type letters. This one I'm feeling is along that friendship. With new friendships, it really is that friends that needs to be the basis of it first. And I'm feeling that that's what is happening here. There is growing friendship. And whatever length of time, it almost feels like, the old days when we used to do not PayPals, pen pals was the word I'm trying to think of. Pen pals, when you did write letters to young friends, and it was just part of what I remember as school days, where we had pen pals that we used to write within different schools. And some grew into lasting friendships and some didn't. So what I'm feeling with this, as far as your question about your new friendship, I'm feeling it will last. Is it going to develop into anything more significant past just friendship? There has that potential, but certainly build the friendship basis first, even if it is to write letters to each other and have that, that different essence in it, other than just what we do these days of the quick message, SMS or a quick video call or things like that. It takes more thought and inner thinking when you're actually putting pen to paper. And it does bring out more of what are your deeper thoughts when you are writing in that way. At least it does for me. So certainly I'm feeling that you're probably needing to actually put that pen to paper on some lovely paper, get some beautiful inks or pencils to decorate your paper or something like that. It feels to me like you're needing that. That's what's going to bring forward a more flourished and a more depth. Yeah, something that's going to blossom. Blossom is the word I'm thinking of. Okay. So now what am I doing? So where did I get up to? This is why I put those little emoji things, the reaction things underneath comments. And I do have a hello from my page. I'll just go, not my page, my profile, and that's Kat, I think. I'm trying to look, which picture have I used for that? It is Kat. Hi, Kat. Lovely to see you there, Kat West. Wonderful friend. Love seeing you here. Good. So, and I'm just trying to go on with see you both. Takes a little bit to get a bit used to the actual chat stream on this one. Right. So Deirdre, you've just got on that link now, and that's the Facebook page. So confusing having the video live on other links as well. Well, it is, but that's where you just get used to what you enjoy watching through and allow the confusing part to be just mine, as in where I'm sorting it out from, because that's what it should be. And I am becoming a lot more used to where the destinations are going and how to operate the studio, because it just takes practice, like anything. So, and you'd love a card too, Deirdre. I didn't give you one yet. I haven't done a card for you yet, have I, Deirdre? No. Whoopsie. Now, this is what I've got, the sensitive Mighty Muscle Mouse thingy, Mighty Mouse Duva it's an Apple one to go with the Mac. It's very sensitive because it's just, as you might see, that surface on the mouse is really touch sensitive. And even if I don't quite touch it, it will move. So that's why I was hesitating a bit there. So there we go. Present that question on the screen. And I'll shuffle these while it's doing that. Did it present? Yes. Great. And I'll switch the cameras around. Oh, thanks, Diane. Look, that's lovely. It's wonderful that wonderful, beautiful people are here, because I do feel like it's growing community and it's supporting each other in whatever way we can. And it's like, community, it's almost like family. So week roughly for Deirdre. Now, one card might not give a great week's reading, but let's see what it does give. Whoa, yes. Okay, have you got a child in your family? Have you got a young child, or are you needing to be as the child? As you can see with this card, we did have it in the reading for the daily one this morning. It is a book that's opened, and it's been open to present you with all possibilities. You have a look at that fantasy castle. It does remind me of the Disneyland, the opening credits and whatnot that they used to bring forward. It was Fantasyland in the Disney world. and with that beautiful rainbow and the golden lights and the sparkles and the moonbeams, the magic blocks and the toys and the spinning top, all sorts of things are in here. And it's the possibilities. It's what's ahead for you this week, really is. I wouldn't say dreamlike. I'd say childlike, not childish, though be wary of those who can be childish, is what I'm getting as well. But there's nothing wrong with actually stepping out into being as if a child in that discovery of the world, in finding new things to explore. So it might be that you're actually being led or guided into some new craft or interest, something that's going to really bring that spark and wonderment and joyfulness for you, so that you're actually going to be able to move into some happy spaces with whatever it is that you're feeling you're being led to as far as that interest. And it is an interest for self. I don't think it's for someone else. I do feel it's for you in a self-nurturing way. Okay? So move into that space with the card, with not the card, but with that energy of the child card that's there. Okay? So, and I'll just put up Diane's comment here of the thanks. So it's lovely. Whoops. And while it's doing that on the screen, I can't move anything else around the studio. So it does take a bit of practice, this. Now, I'm just going to... very interesting, you say, Deirdre? Yes, it is, isn't it? I'm just going to have a slurp of my coffee. Oh, and this is an absolutely marvellous little... It's a thermal cup. A husky. It's bought it online through, it's a New Zealand site, but it's absolutely, it keeps the coffee hot for ages, like a couple of hours, where it's still hot. Thank you, Deirdre, for actually asking for the card and being here. It is lovely to see so many here in the stream. And Russell, now you're here from Spring Hill. So wonderful to see you here. Now, the other thing too, for those who aren't as used to the HAPs yet, who have just signed in and looking around, if you hover your mouse or finger on, whether you're on a mobile or whatever, you hover over the people's names that are in the chat stream, or that way, I think on the left. I think I've still got to point the opposite direction. So it should be on that side for you guys. Yes, that's pointing right. So that as you see people commenting in that chat stream, you can hover over them and click on them, and it comes up with the little options, you know, the react. You can still do the like, loves, appreciate. Actually, what are they? It's like, love, appreciate, haha, OMG, yikes, and sad. Those are the 7 I've got on mine. You've got the reply, the present on screen, but you can view everybody's profile so that I can see that Spring Hill is actually in Florida, USA. So I reckon, Russell, that you're up pretty late or early in the morning, because shouldn't you be asleep? But anyway, thank you for being here. It is wonderful to see people popping in from all over the world. I get quite intrigued by how far and wide we actually do have our reach. So, Louisa, you'd like to have a card. Is there a particular question, or just to have a card? And for Louisa, I can then look at her profile. Whoopsie, and I went to the wrong person's. I was just wanting to see, to confirm for myself. Many of you I do know-ish where you're from, and Louisa is in South Australia. She's in Adelaide, or listing herself as Adelaide, so that's close by. Hi, Louisa. And is there a particular question that you would like? It's 1:51 a.m. for you, Russell. Yeah, wouldn't you say that, isn't it? That's almost, yeah. see, for me, the witching hour, or whatever you call it, I wake up fairly regularly, sometimes at 3 a.m, and it seems to be there's some spirit up there is trying to knock on my door, so to speak. So I call it my witching hour. Not that I'm a witch, but we all have that sense and essence in us anyway. So, oopsie, Louisa, you've had one flying out too, so I'm taking another dive. Hang on a sec. They're all going under my desk. Oh my goodness, that's a long way down. It's a long way down, and sorry for that. The table started shaking. Whew. So, Louisa, here you go. You're giving me some exercise. There we go. I've got to keep an eye on the time. I've got to go and start preparing dinner shortly. Here we go. The first card in the Lenormand deck is the Rider, and that's what you've got. So you're going to actually get a fairly quick message soon. It's quite an important one. This one is actually, as you can tell, it's a horse that's been set free from the carousel merry-go-round. So, and riding a rainbow. So that message is going to bring you wonderful new opportunities and journeys. So feel into that energy of being aware of what the message is when you get it too. It's not always obvious, but you should know that you've got it. That there's that. That's the next step. That's what I'm needing to do, and ride with it. So that is the whole message of what I'm feeling for you. It's ride with it. Do you ride a horse, Deirdre? No, hang on. That was Louisa, wasn't it? Just card in general, thanks. Yep. Yeah. So do you ride a horse? Did you used to love riding horses, or is it the merry-go-round you felt you've been on, and now you are released? You can move into what this message is telling you, moving as freely as you want to on that rainbow, and ride with it. So hopefully that's meaningful to you. Cool. And that was, there you go. Whoopsie. There you go. I'll just put that on screen too. I'm just liking putting the comments up because it's nice to read what you've written, isn't it? When you yourself have been doing these, writing them. You're contributing. It is creating that community, isn't it? Now, let me read this one. Linda, you've got this message. Am I able to pick up anything about 2 wee missing dogs in New Zealand called Dice and Weed, missing since 2019? What I'm picking is they are in spirit world, so they've ridden the rainbow. They've actually crossed that bridge is what I'm feeling. It's missing since October. That's my first instinct. The first message, I'm feeling that they've crossed over. They are on if they're free, they've crossed the rainbow bridge. So happy, like any place that isn't on earth is, as far as how we perceive, we don't know until we get there ourselves, really, but how we perceive what is that heaven, that spirit world, we can only know just from what we receive from channeling. And that's why, psychic mediumship is as it is. We do get messages from those that we love. We do get messages even from our pets. I'm just getting the happy and the waggy tails. So I'm feeling they're not here. They are there. And it's that's what I'm getting for that. And you are a first-time watcher. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for being here and watching mine. I do feel really humbled by, I really do feel humbled that there are, actually so many watching. I've got 70 eyes on there. That's what my thing's telling me in the back end of HAPS. I don't look at numbers all the time. It's not my scene, but I'm just thinking, I'm seeing different people's names there, and it's wonderful. So thank you. Just a card in general. Now I've got to that. Now Russell, never had my cards read. Interested? I'll do one for you, and here we go. Even if it's just a general for you, Russell. Did that comment go up there? This is what, yes, it did. Sometimes the delay seems to take a bit, so I've just cleared the cards. Now I'm actually choosing the card. Oh, are you interested in the young? There's one that's just jumped out, so let's read that one because it's a young lady. Are you in a situation where you're involved with a young lady? You've got a friendship that's really meaningful to you, and I'm feeling it certainly is a love connection because the rose is what I first saw. It was almost what came into focus for me. Probably it could be a reminder if there is a young lady that is who you're interested in, developing a friendship, or you're already in that relationship. It's the reminder for the roses, the red rose, gifting something that, if she doesn't like flowers or anything, choose something that you know that does mean that form of acknowledgement. So that's what I'm feeling for you. So that's how quick and easy a card reading can be. And that one did drop out, fly out, whatever you need. And now, let me see. I do have to go in a moment because I need to get moving on the other stuff. Tea, cooking, not my favourite thing, but I've got to do it. Deb, so perhaps I'll have to invest, and I'm just going to just go on OMG on that one. And Hats won't send a verification code. I'm not sure. I think it's an email. So when you sign up, you actually do sign up with an email just to get a verification email, as far as I'm aware. There's some things, because Hats is still in beta, some things are a little bit iffy in how they work sometimes in different areas. Because I know for myself, I would like to buy some of the coin so I can share more of the, giving awards out to others that I view, so that, we're sharing the recognition of each other's wonderful efforts in their broadcasts. And for me, I haven't been able to buy the coins yet. So that little part of this app isn't working here for me in Australia or where I am. I know there's a friend in America that hasn't been able to buy coins either. It could be part of the app that's not quite fine-tuned to work everywhere yet. So it could be the same too with the emails and things like that. I'll suss it out and get back to you with that one, Deb. Yeah, the merry-go-round. Exactly. It is. It's a merry-go-round. But isn't life like that? I just love the merry-go-round we are on. It's memories from childhood days of riding that carousel on the merry-go-round. I loved it. So we need to remember at times that, we haven't lost our ability to enjoy and be happy like we did as children. There were always moments that we were in our pure innocence. And that's not dependent on what type of childhood we had. There have been moments for everyone, surely, that we can remember happy times, even if it was only moments. And thank you to you too, Louisa, for that. Thank you. So, and I do probably need to go now. I did see that Bernie's here. Oh, wonderful. Good afternoon, and how are you? Whoops, I'm going to do appreciate there. So, and you, I think, are over in Melbourne, aren't you? I'm just going to have a quickie look. Yeah, I thought so. And it's certainly a warm afternoon here in Adelaide. You're absolutely right. And I've got the fan going. You might see a little flicker here. The one thing with the design of this house is where the air conditioner is, it doesn't push the cool air into this room. So I've had to put with the door closed, I've had to put the fan on with the window open a bit, and it's still a bit warm. So nice it is. 14-year anniversary. Oh, how lovely. That's wonderful. So it was only just you've had a wedding anniversary. Oh, that's fantastic. So thank you for being in the chat stream with us here, Russell. I appreciate that. So, yes, and I got a run too. So thank you to everyone for being here. And it has been lovely to see you all. So, and Amanda, you've had to run too. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here in this broadcast, just to enjoy some time on a Saturday afternoon and a lovely Easter weekend. And of course, I'll be on again at some point in time. Certainly do check out my website. I've still got that address there, that website address. I do have the Buy Me a Coffee one somewhere, which I'm trying to find. There's that link there. So, and that's to the Buy Me a Coffee site. I'm going to have a bit more play with some of the extras that can be presented using Ecamm virtual camera. And I'll see you all next time that we're here together or anywhere else. I do the 8 o'clock in the mornings regularly on Facebook on my timetv.live and my YouTube channel. So that's 8 o'clock Adelaide time. So thank you, Deb. Thank you very much. And appreciate you all. So I'll leave it there until next time. Bye.